Hey, what's up YouTube? Today I've got the oldest Phantom that is made by DJI. It's the Phantom 1. It's actually the original Phantom that I bought many years ago, and I sold it to a friend of mine, and then I just bought it back from him. So it's here. It's got no app that runs it. It uses just standard LiPo batteries, doesn't have proprietary batteries, doesn't have a gimbal. This is pretty old school right here, Phantom 1. And then also I have the brand new GoPro Hero 7 Black. Now this guy has been out for a few months. I've been using it quite a bit. I'm really impressed. This has built-in stabilization. And what I want to try is flying the Phantom 1, no gimbal, in a bit of wind today, and putting the Hero 7 with stabilization on it and see if it looks as good as using a gimbal or close to it. So we're gonna have old tech meets new tech on Ready Set Drone. Stay tuned. All right, so as I mentioned, this is my old Phantom 1. There are a couple things that are a little different about this than the original Phantom 1. I put some custom nuts on the top to hold the props on. They're just little, they're aluminum, I think, and they're different colors so that to help for orientation. I also have a piece of Velcro on the battery door because the battery door used to pop open all the time, so I just put this on there so the battery door wouldn't pop open. And then I have this little anti-jello rig here for the camera. Now, as I said, this camera is the GoPro Hero 7 with built-in stabilization. Now, what I'm going to try and do is put it on the Phantom and fly it around using the stabilization and see how it looks. But I haven't flown this thing since I bought it back from my buddy Reed, and so I think I'm going to take it for a test flight first with no camera, see how that does, and then if that's all good, I'll put the Hero 7 on it. So as I mentioned before, this being the Phantom 1, there's no app. There's no place for your phone. There's no place for a screen, any of that stuff. The remote control takes AA batteries. It's not rechargeable. It's pretty old school. I am going to go ahead and put the battery in the battery slot. I'll turn the remote on first, and I'll put the battery right in here. I'm going to go ahead and just plug it in. Oh, listen to that sound. I always recall the battery was kind of a tight fit in this little compartment. You had to kind of shove all the wires and the balance port in. All right, now set it down for a minute, and what we should be seeing is a series of blinking lights here in the front. If you can see that, it's blinking, telling us that it's acquiring satellites, because there's no app for it to tell you that it's acquiring satellites. So I'll set it over here. Tate will get a close-up on it, and we'll let it just sit for a few minutes and get some satellites before we take off. Now, just a few minutes ago, we tried to fly a little radio control airplane and had very bad luck because it is so breezy today. So I'm hoping the Phantom will lock in on GPS, and you know, if this were my Phantom 4 or a Mavic or something like that, I wouldn't worry about it. Being the Phantom 1 and I haven't flown it in a while, I'm a little concerned, but if it starts to go any direction, you know, if the wind's taking it, I will just put it on the ground. It's a little beat up already, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, I've got it in GPS mode. I'm gonna go ahead and do the usual thing, pull the sticks down and in, and just see if I can get it in the air and hover it and see if it'll hold in place. Whoa, okay. Everything's backwards from what I was expecting. Okay, there we go. We're settling in. That was a little scary there because I actually was misoriented on it. I thought the front was the back and the back was the front. It might also be that battery doesn't have a lot of life left. That's why that's blinking so much. So, yeah, it's just constant red now. Once again, that light is blinking fully red, which is telling me that that battery needs charging. But it's not as stable as the newer ones. It tends to tip over when it lands. One other interesting thing about the Phantom 1 is you could use aftermarket batteries. This is a E-Flite battery, same 3S battery, 2200 milliamp hour, but not the DJI brand. So back on the Phantom 1, that wasn't a problem because they were pretty much just standard hobby LiPo batteries. Okay, one more try with the Phantom 1, just see if we can get it up in the air for 30 seconds before the battery starts blinking. It may just be that I need to charge all these batteries, but let's see. This one's looking more promising. Well, I'll tell you one thing, it is definitely a more slow and a little more lag in the responsiveness of it, and its GPS positioning, like I'm not doing anything with the stick right now, and it's drifting pretty far from where it started. Now it's holding. Like I said, it's pretty windy today, so I think that's a factor, but it doesn't just have that rock solid hold that the newer DJIs have. All right, this one looks good. The light is still green. Let's bring it over here, and we'll try putting the GoPro Hero 7 on it. And the wind has died down a little bit too. And see if I can land it without tipping it over. Oh, here comes the wind again. Hey, there's a good one. All right, now to be perfectly honest, in this case, I'm more concerned about the camera than I am the drone, but we'll see what happens. Can you bring it over here for me? So I've got the Hero 7 here. Thank you. Hero 7 is mounted. Feels pretty stable. All right, I'm gonna shoot in 1080. Wide. All right, cool. 1080, 60 wide. Go ahead and start it up. And again, once again, gonna try to be real careful not to mess up my camera and the drone, but more the camera. So the question here is, does the new Hero 7 compensate enough that it looks like we have a gimbal on this drone where there is none? So let's check it out and see. All right, there we go. We're flying forward. It's bumping a little bit in the wind. It is pretty windy today. All right, Tate, stay there. I'm going to turn around and fly towards you. Oh, yeah. Now, of course, there's no gimbal. It's a no-axis gimbal. So basically, it's stabilizing electronically. I'm gonna fly it over myself here, just kind of between me and the camera. See how that shot looks. There's no obstacle avoidance on this thing. And honestly, not a lot of power. Not a lot of power either. I think this Hero 7 is probably heavier than the original Hero, and so it's maybe struggling a little bit to keep it in the air. But it's doing okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I might try to hand catch it, just because I don't want to knock the camera. Maybe. So you can hand catch a Phantom 1. And there's our stabilization. All right, so we're gonna take the camera home and get the footage off of it and see how it looked and compare it to more of a gimbal type shot and see how it looks. So stay tuned.